Little Shades, bringing us Charlene cover. We're here with another episode of Slaughter Stew.
Another episode. Yes.
So who do you want me to read out of my cast here? We got Spindle,
Yeah,
Acrease,
Spindle,
Fortuna.
let's do Fangirl. Yeah, let's do Fangirl.
Alright. The Roman goddess of love. She spins the wheel of fortune and is believed to have originally been a fertility goddess. Her Greek counterpart is
Tish.
Alright,
I don't. Tish sounds kind of familiar. I'm way more familiar with Greek mythology than I am Roman.
Mushu, Kemana,
Whoa.
Chimera, B, Hawaii Frost, and I think those are the ones we haven't read. So who do you want me to read?
Oh my god, I love some of these designs. Let's go Principality.
The seventh of nine orders of angels. They are charged with overseeing the welfare of countries and civilizations.
Okay. Not doing a good job.
Alright, so I have to do a couple hangout events, and then I have to go get a power-up, because I thought that if I do all the hangout events, I thought, hey, that means I can have all the power-ups, but then when I did that, I didn't have enough Soul Link level, which means that I clearly am not close to the end like I first saw beforehand, so that's good to know.
I didn't think we were close, but you know,
It felt like I was seeing enough hangout events where it's like, okay, hold on, can I just get like if I do all of the things, I'd be able to get to max level, and I didn't. We were fighting the main baddie. I figured that it was like, oh man, we only gonna have like 1 or 2 sessions left, you know?
I figured it was closer to the at least halfway to 3/4 point than it would be the end, personally.
I mean, it's possible.
But we'll see.
Hey, Arrow, how much do you remember from when you were a kid?
Well,
From when I was a kid, tough to say. I think my memory is pretty good though.
Does the name Aiko ring a bell?
Aiko? Yeah, it does. I remember her.
Huh? Really?
I think so. Only one person I can think back to who has that name.
brings back memories.
It was still at the orphanage. I was still at the orphanage at the time. I have this really nice memory of Christmas Day.
Back then.
It was pretty frail and frequently got. I was pretty frail and frequently got fevers as a kid. And unfortunately, I was one of those. It was one of those times fell on Christmas. While everyone was having fun at our Christmas party, I was lying down in the next room. I remember being really out of it, but it was hard not to listen in on everything. That's when she brought me some cake.
Ah, she being Aiko?
Right.
Yep. Just the two of us sat there eating cake in the dark so the teachers wouldn't find out.
That's a nice memory.
Right.
Yeah, and it's one I won't forget. To tell the truth, I don't think I ever could.
I know.
Well, then, if you were able to reunite with Aiko, what would you do?
Probably eat some more
Well.
cake.
I couldn't.
She's dead.
No, that's not what I mean. It's just a what if kind of thing.
No.
There's no what if. I just can't. My memory with Aiko is precious to me, but it's in the past. The me of today is a lot different from how I used to be. The world I live in, the way I live, everything's changed. Even if I were able to see Aiko, and we got to spend all this time reflecting, then what then? It's not like I could ever go back, it only caused me pain. It only caused me pain in the end, rather than
But you
be
can
saddened
find
with
pace
all.
by reflecting.
Rather than
But
be
sure.
saddled with all of that, I think it's be best if we just never saw each other again.
Aren't you thinking about this too hard? If you want to see her, just do it.
I don't know.
You're probably right, but it was because of my weakness back then that I let Kaburagi down. I won't repeat that mistake. That's why
I see. Gotcha.
Sorry, Ringo.
Why are you saying sorry?
Sorry.
Well, I'm just sorry. Now,
I still don't like you, Arrow. I'm just gonna be honest.
now I'm gonna go over here, tell
Hey.
Aiko that,
Oh, hi. What did he say? Yeah, he knows about you, but he won't talk to you because he'd let you down.
I see.
Ah, what a good judgment on his part. I'm going to move on. Well, yeah, I get it. We weren't together for that long after all. I bet he's got a girlfriend now, and I don't want to barge into his life and make things complicated. Okay, yeah, I'll be okay. At least I know he's happy.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll move on now.
thank you for the equipable item.
See ya.
Yep,
Oh,
peace out.
I'm
Leaving
sad.
you now. And now we're going
Oh,
back
well.
to have drinks with him again. Multiple
Yeah,
times.
it just immediately
Welcome.
back.
Alright. Alright. Let's go.
Say, Arrow, do you know Tara over at Umanse Realm? The girl who runs Comsmith.
Right.
Yeah, she helps me out pretty often, actually.
Whoa.
Oh, so it's not just Saizo then. You're a regular of hers too.
That's right.
There's just no one as good around here. Only natural we'd go to her.
Huh, she's really that good?
Right.
Good's an understatement. Comp upgrading requires a near boundless amount of knowledge and skill. You could scan the globe and I'll bet only a few could actually confidently find their way around a comp. And Tara's one of those few. You won't find a replacement for her just like that.
Didn't expect that.
Whoa, that much praise at her age? She must be some kind of genius then.
No.
She's not just talented though. Talent alone isn't enough to earn a summer's respect. We're not that nice.
Alright.
What do you mean?
Did you know?
Well, Tara is actually the second owner of that shop. The previous owner was her father. He passed away a few years ago, and it was up to her to take over the business from then on. The shop was barely scraping by for a while after that.
I'm curious.
Were people worried she wouldn't live up to her dad's name?
Well,
There's that too, but when you're just a kid, you tend to be a little more easily influenced. People were worried that dark summoners would get to her. Her dad had just passed after all. Must have been a lot of pressure on her to succeed where he left off. Still, she overcame all of that. She honored her skill, never showed any weakness, and worked
Oh,
like a...
her skills.
What?
She honed her skills.
Oh.
Her skills.
She honed her skills, never showed any weakness, and worked like a lady possessed, I see. Like a real professional, and nobody who met her could deny that.
I get it.
So she earned their trust through all the work she did.
That's right.
Right, when it comes down to it, nearly everything about trust. Everything's about trust. You gotta know who or what to believe in. That's just the way of the world. And Tara is someone to believe in. My calm's basically more important than my life. And I believe it with her, no questions asked.
You know, after hearing all that, I feel like I should be calling her Miss Tara from now on.
I know what you mean, but better not to not. I called her that once and she got so mad she made me pay almost double for repairs.
She did not.
Seriously?
Wait, she did?
Yeah.
Alright, am I high up rank? No, I need to do a
Welcome.
few more hangouts with them.
Okay.
Hey,
Hey, Arrow, I found a container in the safe house that, looks like the one I picked up in the subway the other day.
Right.
Oh, you mean that protein shaker?
Protein? Right, a complex substance composed of amino acids joined by peptide bonds, which reminds me, you're always shaking that thing and guzzling down whatever's inside.
Yeah.
Well, protein is essential if you want to build muscles. I always drink it after training.
What? You fight for a living and you train on top of that?
I hope you trained if you fight for a living. Like, if you're not, if your job is fighting for a living, like fighting for your life, and you don't train, I feel like you're kind of a fool.
You even think you're a little too stoic? You even think you're a little too stoic sometimes?
Really?
No, he's not really at all.
You think? It's really just a hobby of mine. Helps me get a little change of pace, you know?
A hobby, huh?
say,
So what kind of training do you do?
Well,
Just basic stuff, really. Lift, go on a run through, though I do try to take extra measures and add some more unique weights into the mix.
Unique weights?
right.
Yeah, for example, I'll sometimes try adding water or sand to the plastic bottles and to use as a weight. Okay?
Also,
And if that doesn't cut it, I'll call in a heavier demon to help me out.
what?
You run with a demon on your back?
I even do squats.
Oh, actually.
I've never seen Arrow get this excited about anything.
well,
It's kind of rough at the beginning, but when you get used to it, then once the next session rolls around, I'll typically increase the weight or rep count, and it's basically a repeat from there.
Repeat? For how long?
what?
How long? Isn't it obvious? Forever.
That's stupid. That's just kind of dumb.
You shouldn't. I guess it's like, as long as it's decent breaks,
Well-
wouldn't you theoretically want to have a daily, even if, like, maybe not always making it the extreme, like, obviously you can push yourself too far,
Right.
but, like,
There's also a thing of you don't just want to keep you don't want to never stop or never like pace yourself properly. You want to make sure you are paced, and also there should be like days where you just don't work out. You should have an off day occasionally, just because muscles are literally being ripped apart when you're exercising. You have to give your body time to really rebuild them.
He might not do it every day. It's just whenever he trains, and we don't know how common he trains.
When he says forever, it just made me feel like he's just keep going on with sets and whatnot. That's how he was describing it. It sounded like.
How I figure is he just means like until he dies, and from there it's like the idea that you just like he might only do it like he could do it daily, but it could be but it's hard to say because he hasn't put a timestamp. Like if he said anything where it's like, oh I do this like if I do this like 3 times a week, it's like okay, that leaves space in between. Like if he said any frame of reference, you could like be like, okay, is this extreme? Like if he said 8 times a week, it's like okay, wait, you're saying you're spending 1 day double? Like that obviously that's the extreme. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
God,
What?
let's just
Are
continue
you
forward.
stupid or
I'm
something?
tired.
What?
Alright.
Say what?
I mean,
Sorry, couldn't help myself.
Hey,
Come on.
But I mean, you say forever, but everyone's got a limit, right?
that's right.
True, there's definitely a limit, but limits can be overcome.
Did you know?
I mean, yeah.
They say that way back when ninjas would jump off still growing hemp trees every single day, soon enough they were able to leap over even the really tall ones. What I'm doing is no different. I put in the work every day and keep testing myself, keep that up. And as far as I'm concerned, nothing's impossible.
Yeah.
You're a diligent one, aren't you? Well, if you were ever able to clear a tree, let me know. I'll want to see that.
Right.
Yes, sooner than you think.
You're joking, right?
Neither confirm nor deny that.
Welcome.
I am strictly talking to Arrow because I in one of my later saves I got an upgrade for him, so I have to do all of his combos, and I have to do all the combos because in
Say.
future saves I kind of ran through all the combos assuming that they would, and I didn't have his, so I have to do all the combos, but he's the one I really need to get done because he actually got an
Yeah,
upgrade.
because we've been avoiding him, kind of.
No, just he got an upgrade and I need to focus on him.
Fair.
That reminds me, Arrow, I picked up this soccer ball in the subway the other day.
Why?
I just like we just.
Why?
I remember getting the
I
propane
got this
shaker, but
random piece of garbage.
I remember the propane
I
shaker
found
from
it
mission
in the
off
street.
screen, but a soccer ball? I don't
It's
remember
just-
picking up a soccer
That's
ball.
what it
I was
was
just picking random shit
either.
from the sewers. Like,
do-
man, this is
I
weird.
know.
It's a human skull. Do you know why it was down there? It's like, where'd you find that?
Like, it's just like shoving it in his face. Like, here, check this out. Look at this garbage I found.
Oh
It's
my
awesome,
God.
man.
Brings back memories.
Alright.
A soccer ball? Huh. That brings back memories. I used to play it at the orphanage every now and then. No way I could play now, though. Why? Why? What? What do you mean why?
Why not?
You couldn't? Like, do you mean you couldn't play at the
It's-
orphanage? Which would make less
Or
sense
you couldn't
because...
play it, or
like-
that you couldn't play it well, or
That's
or that
true.
you don't have the time.
Makes sense. I can't imagine
Yeah,
soccer's got a
time.
whole lot of time to spare for sports and games and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, my Yeah, well, actually, I do kind of have something for that.
Oh? It's like a summoner's field day?
No.
Let me stop you right there. There's nothing even remotely peaceful or fun about it. It's more like a form of of betting, if anything.
My God.
Basically, a bunch of crazy rich people hire independent summoners, short in cash, and have them compete in these underground arenas. Oh, it's Fortnite. Or no, it's Squid Game. It's Squid Game.
Good game. No, you
The
you got
rules
it.
differ depending on the day, but you'll see stuff like basketball, soccer, boxing, even sumo. Sometimes it's as simple as a foot race. But there's one rule that remains the same no matter what, and that's that there are no rules. You can summon demons, attack your opponents, you name it. And as I'm sure you can imagine, that goes for killing your opponents as well.
I see, yeah. Nothing peaceful or fun about that.
Also,
I mean, fun depending on your context of what fun is. Disturbing,
Right.
absolutely.
Right, since not all summoners are vicious murderers, matches doesn't really, or don't always turn deadly, but it's still, people die all of the time. Actually, whether anyone will wind up dead is usually a part of the bet. Death's often a highlight of the show, if anything.
That's pretty sick.
to tell the truth,
Raven took me once. He told me I'd learned a lot about the world. That day, there was a young summoner competing, couldn't have been older than 25. Raven said that was pretty common.
Sure it was.
He said that young, inexperienced summoners were the perfect prey. Hard for them to find work, you know?
And
I
then
I can see it, hear it, and the look on their face just before he was trampled to death. His screams. But even more than that, I remembered the crowd howling away like animals.
Arrow?
and the thing I remember is
I remember that what Raven told me back then. Don't forget this emotion, he said. The people here did a long time ago. Even if you forgot the skill you learned or even lose your very memories, you must never forget what you felt here today. It didn't sound like he was trying to teach me or command me or anything, really. It felt earnest, like it was his wish. His wish? Oh, wait.
Oh,
His wish?
sorry.
Ah, sorry. Things got kinda dark there for a second, huh?
yes.
Well, at the very least, I now know Summer's field days are not a thing. I bet it'd be more fun if it wasn't so violent. People would probably just enjoy competing and stuff.
Right.
Probably.
Yeah, I think so too.
Welcome.
Props to Raven for that. Good on it. Oh, Arrow and Saizo. That's gonna be a weird combination. I feel like these two are gonna clash heavily. Even more so than the girl and him. For some reason.
I don't think that would make sense. Like, Millie and him are
Melody
kind
and
of
Arrow.
opposites of
I know,
one
but they
another.
kind of they got immediately annoyed with each other. Like, I don't know. It does, neither one feels like it's gonna be good. I'm gonna be
Nope, can't say I agree.
What? What? What about you, Arrow?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Sorry, this is about whether ferrets are better than monkeys, right?
Whoa, whoa.
They're
I
not.
don't think I've ever had to choose between the two. What's the deal? You came out with us, sure. Wait. You came out with us, sure, but you're just basically on a different plane over there.
Sorry.
Oh. I guess. Sorry about that. I mean, it has been kinda gloom and doom lately, specifically for you. Or especially for you?
For you?
Was it especially?
Yeah, didn't your girl just run away? I mean, that's pretty bad.
Especially for
Especially.
you.
So,
Yeah, but he doesn't
right.
he doesn't let him mess with him. I figured
Yeah,
coming here would be the
I
good
like
way
that
to get your mind off things,
Can
you
we-
know?
Can we disagree that, like, she said that Arrow was stoic, but I feel like Saizo is like a way better representation of that.
No,
Can
I
we-
definitely think Arrow is more stoic.
How?
Because Saizo... I feel like you're confusing professional and stoic. Stoic is just showing non-emotions and basically being very limited while being
Stoic
professional.
does not mean not showing emotions. That is not what that means.
It means they
Being
keep the
stoic
same
means-
place. They keep the same face for everything. It doesn't matter what the scenario is.
Where are you getting your philosophy classes, my man?
What?
My
I've
God.
never gone to a philosophy class. What the fuck? I don't know
Well,
what you
me
expect.
neither. But like, I still study like philosophy, and that is not what Stoicism doesn't mean you don't have or show emotion. It just means you deal with things in a like logistical way instead of, or you're pragmatic about things, which can come off as distant and unemotional, but it doesn't mean that you are. There's
I don't
definitely
think-
a difference.
I don't think Saizo's stoic or stoicism. I think
He
he's
is.
professional. I think he's professional and knows how to.
It is very not professional. Professional has more along the lines of, oh God, Arrows. I'd say more of a professional. He sticks to his line. He does what he's told. He like.
And Saizo doesn't do what he's told.
Yes,
I
fact.
don't like.
Well, Saizo's an independent. He's definitely more independent, and he does
He's
what he
professional to
wants.
the job. I mean, I don't mean he has a team alliance.
That's not what I meant either. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Professionalism is okay. That's different slightly. Okay, I think Saizo is stoic because, in general, he is like being stoic about a lot of things. He's professional about his work, but so is a stoicist. Like, because that is part of what is like a stoicist is someone who confronts reality, life, and he's done is specifically that. He's accepted everything that's happened and has just worked with it.
I think they're both
More so than Arrow,
I'm
who-
looking up the definition.
Arrow works
'cause-
around things, and Arrow's more likely to be like hypocritical and just straight, more professional and straight to the business.
To
when
make an
Saizo's-
argument, because I decided to look up before I made a fool of myself.
Right.
It does. Being stoic is being calm and almost without any emotion. So so when I read this, I think they're both stoic because they both hold their cool. They're not very like they weren't like Mildy when we met in the
Okay.
mess. You know, they're not blowing their top because
Right.
their emotional relationships are blowing up. You know, like Saizo lost his girl,
Okay.
and he did, and she
And
did
he's-
after he
he's
had confronted
very-
her with being alive, and also Arrow lost his best friend. Well, I mean, yeah, his best friend who technically he betrayed, but he didn't it wasn't out of malicious intent. It was just because he wanted to do the same thing, but in a better way. What he loved was the best way to change the world. Instead of destroying the world, it was trying to
Okay.
make it better.
I understand all of that, but I just don't think that Arrow has the same qualities necessarily that would make him stoic as much as he would just like be accepting. You can be level-headed, but I don't know. don't think that he can be stoic, but I don't think it's necessarily to him as much as
tell me what makes you say he isn't stoic. That's the thing I'm wondering, right? Because
I think it's just my general. It's the way he talks about things and views things at points. You know, it doesn't feel like it feels like someone who complains a lot, yet doesn't just do things pragmatically in points. You know.
Well, I feel like you're comparing two different words. You're saying someone's stoicism, which I don't know what stoicism is, as a philosophy.
You said stoicism, so I copied you because I was confused, and it's stoicism.
Okay, whatever.
And
that
to be
doesn't change my
stoic.
point. Is that you're also comparing stoic, which do mean two different things. One's a thought process. One's a general, like, what do they commonly react to? Now, it's not. It's much more surface level compared to what is their ideological thinking. You know, you're comparing two different words that are from each other.
Would you say that someone? I guess you're right, because in the sense you don't have to necessarily be a stoicist to
be stoic.
seem and come off stoic.
Yes.
That is okay. I can see what you mean there. But at the same time, I wouldn't
I sure
say.
realized it before because you were saying it was a philosophy, and I'm like, wait, no, stoic is just it's like a how you react to things. I thought, or that you don't show emotion, which is kind of the definition. I was a little bit babyifying it, but
Right, because it's the appearance of what it seems, right? Because stoicism would come off as that way. So someone who is level-headed, even if they're not really a stoicist, would be called stoic, even if they're not handling it well.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Because stoicism's meant to help people handle things well. So if you're not really stoic if you're not handling it well, but you can appear stoic, which is why that makes sense.
Yeah.
Got it.
I gotta admit, this is the first argument ever that I feel like I've actually won that isn't just me trying to overtalk you, which kind of feels nice for once, because like, I legitimately was like, no, I do this way too much where I talk over, and that's one of the reasons why I Googled it. I straight up said, okay, let me Google this so I'm not, like, just going off of, like, the media's representation, you know?
Right.
Like, am I really going off of a misinterpretation? You know?
Okay, right. And I made the confusion of confusing the derivative word,
like,
the derivative from the philosophy, like something that came from it.
Anyway, we do have to end the video here. If you enjoyed this video, do that stuff on the screen. If you have any questions, send in the comments below or to our Discord server, there's a link in the description and our about section, as well as our other medias in those same two places as they're associated. On the left is a recommendation from YouTube, and on the right is the series The Lookers 2 in its entirety. And we'll see you next time, fellow Shades.